and welcome to the show. You know, for years, men dominated the world of bodybuilding, and while women started competing back in the 70s, folks still stop and stare at the sight of a woman with strong, muscular build. So I want to introduce you to three women who are going to make you do the same thing. They turn a whole lot of heads in public and on competitive stages. First, Nina Beans. She is a professional bodybuilder who took home the overall heavyweight title at her last competition. Kanae Yancey is a health and fitness coach. She's also a seasoned bodybuilding competitor. And then we've got Helani Blake Lobdell. After a 7-year break, she's back on stage and gearing up for her next fitness competition. Welcome to the show, ladies, and welcome back, Helani. It's good to have all of you here to talk about this. And I'm gonna just let folks take it in. Because y'all all fine.
Thank you.
Just beautiful, right? But let's be honest, you're used to people staring.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me more.
Yes, I remember being out with my mom. We went to Dubai, and she's just like, "Why do people keep looking at you?" And I'm just like, "This is what happens." They're so
because she's never seen what it is like. But
people aren't
you've been
used to
strong
seeing.
for a minute.
I have, but people aren't used to seeing it because it's not
right. Especially maybe in
I don't
other
want to say it's not normal because what is normal?
But it's not something you see every day. Is
yes.
how we're going to rephrase that because you're absolutely beautifully normal.
Thank you.
And you've been lifting. When did you all start lifting?
Competitively, maybe 8 years ago.
Okay.
I started in 2012.
And Helani?
Yeah, I've been lifting pretty much all my life.
And how did you get started? Like, at what point did you say, you know what? I like exercise, but I'm going to take this to the next level. Was there an inspiration? Tell me.
Yeah, it was after I had my son. I gained 50 pounds with that pregnancy. And 6-week checkup, went and hired a personal trainer. And he was a bodybuilding coach as well. And he was like,
were you into fitness before you had?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, I've always been into fitness. You know, I was in the fire service, of course. And so I had to be, just to keep my strength up and keep up with the guys. So to speak.
Yeah.
But he said, you should compete. And I'm like, compete in what? Like bodybuilding. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cute because I'm always up for a challenge. You know, I'm in the gym, you know.
It sounded cute.
Yeah, I'm like, it sounds cute. So that's how it started for me.
And then what about for the two of you?
For me, it was a bet. It was a bet. Mine was a bet. We was at LA Fitness. One of my friends at the time, she was trying to lose weight and I was trying to gain because at the time I already had my 3 kids and I was just tiny. And so I went to this lady. She looked good. She had muscles. I was like, dang, that girl looked good. and so I went up to her. I was like, what do you do? And she was like, I bodybuild. I said, but you don't like no man. And she was like, no, I do figure. And she's like, it's a different division in bodybuilding. I was like, oh. So my friend was like, yeah, but you can't do that. So yes, I can. So I Googled bodybuilding coaches at the time, and this dude came up, and I went to the workshop, and they were telling everybody what division they're in. And so they was like, you bikini? I'm like, bikini?
Was that not something you could envision as a mother of 3? Like, I'm not putting on a bikini.
No, the bikini was the name of the division.
Right.
I wanted to be the figure girl, like I seen the figure girl at the LA at the fitness.
I understand.
So I was like, the other girl had muscles. I want some muscles like that. She was like, no, you gotta start out bikini because at the time I was a $105, $105.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I was tiny. So that was my division, and then I went on, did my first show, got addicted.
Yeah, understand. So it takes years to get to this point.
Absolutely.
And, you know, because I follow you, and particularly, you know, Helani, I've known you since you were a battalion fire chief, right? So I followed you, but your body's changed based on the competition, based on what you're trying to do. Let's talk about how you prepare for these shows and what kind of changes you take your bodies through.
Yeah, so I'm currently in prep. Have a show next Saturday. So for me right now, the work is pretty much done. What you have is what you have, right? But it's leaning out, getting the conditioning where it needs to be. So mainly cardio and concentrating on the food right now, mainly for me.
How about for the two of you? I mean, obviously you agree. But is there something? Do you exercise more? Do you do more cardio, less cardio, and more lifting? What does that look like for the rest of us who are just like, I'm just trying to pick up some bells every morning?
So bodybuilding is pretty much science-based.
Tell me more.
Calorie input versus basically like your output of like everything you're doing, like whether you're walking, lifting, doing cardio. So basically, like, you just want to be in a deficit. And so the deficit is not only with food, the deficit is also with what you're burning as well. So it's just basically like they're gonna be like, okay, you're eating this much, that means you're doing this much cardio. So this is your real calorie input, or just things like that.
I get it. It's really scientific. I mean, it's and the meal prep is serious.
Yes.
I'm curious. Wait, so Holly, if I'm not mistaken, you're a vegetarian, right?
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian. Are you all pescatarian? Like
No,
we eat everything.
I eat everything.
You eat everything. So that's what.
Not discriminate.
So I'm curious because so much of this is heavily based on the protein, right?
Yeah.
And fewer carbs, which
Well, not really.
not always.
Because that's a misconception. I'm eating carbs in every meal right now. Every single meal, because as I'm leaning out and getting smaller, I still need to maintain a certain type of fullness in my muscles. So I'm carbs every single meal.
Wow.
That's what I hate about fitness, because most people think to get fit, to lose weight, I need to be eating less.
Yeah.
I don't need carbs. Ooh, I can't eat fats. I'm
Yeah.
gonna gain fat, when that's not it at all.
No.
So I understand. Was it you who, after a really, really great competition, you were like, all right now, I'm about to dive in. And actually, tell me that story. You put on a couple of pounds afterwards because you were like, all right, I want that.
I do not hear the end of this.
And so tell us more.
Even with my family. So my first competition, my coach was just like, all right, now we're going to have to talk about post-show because you're going to want to eat everything. And I'm like, oh, no, I'll be fine. And so I was already working at a restaurant at the time. So I had everything like mapped out. I'm a foodie. I love food.
Okay, good to know.
And so I planned this junk food party basically and invited all of my friends.
Look, I knew Alani wasn't there. I knew Alani wasn't there.
A junk food.
What is that?
I didn't tell you this part. No. I invited all of my friends and I told everybody to bring a dish. So everybody we had everything from cinnamon rolls, pizza, cookies, like
Splurging.
7-layer dip, anything
Oh my
you can
gosh.
think of, like, was there. When I tell you I was so full, I couldn't even entertain my guests. I passed out.
But I'm curious, does that happen often, or do you get so
Oh.
used to the diet, you're just like, all right, I'm going to do this?
No, it's the part of bodybuilding that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're going to keep talking about that. I do wish that you could see the look of disgust on Alani's face. The eyebrow went up high when she said cinnamon rolls.
Like, what?
But I gained a good 30 pounds that month.
Did you? Mm-hmm. And then you start
I was
all
so
over
inflamed.
again.
I couldn't even work. I was in bed basically with edema.
Oh,
My
gosh.
legs were
So
swollen.
I feel like, okay, we're going to pause for a commercial break, but I feel like there's a bit of yo-yo dieting. I mean, because we're still women.
Yes.
Right? We're still all going through the same things. And thank you for humanizing that for the rest of us, because I think everybody else looks at y'all and think, they must have the best diets all the time. So y'all going through it too?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the time.
Listen, we know bodybuilding isn't for everyone, but most of us do want to gain a little bit of muscle, just tighten some stuff up, flatten some stuff out, have a little something to show. These ladies are going to give us some pointers, some things we can do at home. But again, remember, some diet in this too. So we're going to talk about all of this after the break. Stay with us.